Hey everyone, Kachi here back on our earnings video for today, and I think it's one of the last companies to actually report earnings, at least one of those that we are covering on the channel, and that's Dlocal, another South American company in the fintech space. Now, with regards to Dlocal, the growth has been incredible. But because, remember, there was that short report that caused some stir, the stock dropped because they accused them of basically fraudulent accounting. Now, remember, in August, ex-CFO of Mercado Libre joined Dlocal as co-CEO. And now in this report, they announced that the current CFO of Dlocal is stepping down. So of course, some people are already speculating that, maybe those short seller reports, those accusations weren't off by a lot. Again, these are just accusations, these are just speculations, but it does seem a bit strange that a CFO of Mercado Libre joins the company, and then quarter later, the current CFO is gone or is stepping down. Remains to be seen what will happen there, but let's go over the whole Dlocal report. Let's first start with the overview of the stock. Currently, it's down close to 12% pre-market. Market cap $5.44 billion with a forward PE of 24.1 times. Year to date, the stock is up 20.75%. Now, if you look at EV to EBITDA, the next 12 months, you're paying now with the aftermarket action, you'll be paying around 15 times. So definitely not on the expensive side, especially not seeing how fast this company is growing. So overall, currently the price you're paying is much cheaper than its 2-year mean. Now let's go over a couple of comments here that I want to touch on. By the way, they missed on revenue and EPS estimate, and guidance is reaffirmed, which is a bit lower than what the market was expecting. So first comments here from co-CEO of Dlocal, Pedro Arnt, which was the previous CFO for Mercado Libre. I'm extremely enthusiastic about our future prospect and the promising opportunities that lie ahead. We must remain focused on executing against that opportunity while constructing the foundational blocks as a company to ensure we can scale at the pace our merchants and markets will demand. Now, despite growing quite fast, they said here that they did have some headwinds with regards to the strong devaluation of the Nigerian naira. Here they say they reaffirmed their guidance for the year of revenue between $620 and $640 million. I believe estimates were closer to 643 million or so. Again, if you show a little bit of weakness in this current market, you are going to get punished. There's also a bit more to the story. We're going to get there a bit later in this video. Then adjusted EBITDA between $200 and $220 million. They have not modified the midterm guidance of 25 to 35% gross profit CAGR and adjusted EBITDA over gross profit of more than 75%. And here they say, I would like to share that our CFO, Diego Cabrera, has decided to step down from his position to pursue new opportunities. Of course, he will stay on to ensure a smooth transition, etc., the usual stuff. Now, before we continue, if you enjoy this type of videos, leave it a thumbs up, subscribe if you have not, would really appreciate that. Of course, do share your thoughts on Dlocal. Do you own it? Are you looking at that? Do you own other fintech? I know lots of you own Mercado Libre and Nu, like myself, even StoneCo. So let me know down in the comments below. If you want to support me even further, do check out the link down in the description and in the pinned comment to get the top 10 best stocks to buy now, or go to fool.com/couchinvestor. Thank you very much. So, here I'll show you how fast this company is actually growing. So TPV increased 69% year over year. Revenue increased 47% year over year. Gross profit 38%. Gross profit margin, that's actually down 3 percentage points. So this is what I meant before. Despite a double miss right now and guidance not being upped a bit, the problem here is that the small problem is that gross profit margin has also decreased. So instead of margin expansion, you have some little compression here. And of course, adjusted EBITDA margin is also down 3 percentage points. Adjusted EBITDA has increased 34% year over year. Adjusted EBITDA over gross profit is also down 3 percentage points, even though you can only see here 2, but it's at 75%. Profit is up 25%, profit margin is down 4 percentage points. So this is also one of the fears of the market right now, saying, okay, you're still growing quite fast, but how come there is some margin compression right now? What's the deal there? Is this going to be a problem next quarter, maybe 2024 as well? Maybe that's why your outlook isn't being a bit more rosy. So the market doesn't like uncertainties. Then, with regards to the breakdown of Dlocal's TPV, so pay-ins make up 74%, payout 26%. As for cross-border and local to local, so basically pretty even, cross-border 49%, local to local 51%. As for the different geographies, Brazil, as always, the largest part, Argentina 15%, Mexico 18%, Chile 8%, other LATAM at 15%. By the way, Latin America makes up 83%, another surprise there. Then Africa and Asia, 17%, with Nigeria at 5%, and other Africa and Asia at 12%. Which, if you look at the difference year over year, Latin America is taking more share, which they actually gave us more information at the start of the report. So we continue to experience sustained strong revenue momentum in Brazil and Mexico as we grow with our existing customers and gain share of wallet. In contrast to the strong performance in our larger and more stable markets, Argentina and Nigeria, less stable markets, now represent only 20% of our total revenues, down from 29% a year ago, negatively impacted by Nigerian currency devaluation and weak macro conditions in Argentina. And maybe in the future, Argentina can actually be a tailwind for that company. Then I'd like to show you maybe some other numbers, a broader overview as how big and how impactful maybe Dlocal actually is. So here they give us the numbers. Over 600 merchants, over 40 countries, over 900 payment methods. Revenue in 2022 increased 72%. So, even with the numbers we're getting right now, it's still quite a lot of growth. Yes, growth is decelerating. You cannot expect a company to continue to grow 70, 80% year over year. Growing 50% or so year over a year that has increased 72% is already quite nice. These are all the payment methods that you can choose from, and they work with over 600 global enterprise merchants, some of the biggest companies on this planet. Amazon, Netflix, Meta, Microsoft, Spotify, Deal, great up-and-coming company, Shopify, Uber, Google, you name it. Then last thing here, if we look at the graph, Dlocal right now, since it's down close to 12%, we're back at $16.80 or so, which was a small local bottom here at the end of October, was a small top here at the start of 2023. Now this is on the weekly, so of course last quarter we had that huge jump here, that huge green candle, which means if we go and look at the daily chart, yes, we are now filling most of that gap that we've got back in August. So of course, if you're looking to open a position or add to your position dollar cost average, even though I think most of you don't really own that company that watch this channel, and those that do probably only own it at lower prices. So yes, right now could be a better time, but there is still some uncertainty around that company. Again, right now, if you want, this is just my personal opinion. That's why I've chosen to go with other companies. I'm just covering this one because I know some of you are interested in that market, in those companies as well. Since we cover Mercado Libre, Stone, and Nubank, I had to cover this one as well. Me personally, why would I go with Dlocal if I have already Nubank and New Holding, and Mercado Libre in my portfolio? And I believe most of the comments will say the same thing. Overall, this company can have a great future now with the addition, or not now, it's been a quarter already of the addition of the ex-CFO for Mercado Libre. I think management team has become much stronger. This company is still growing quite fast. Yes, we see some margin compression, but maybe this is just a quarter or two problem. And then after that, we'll see some margin expansion. Remains to be seen, but overall, I'm pretty comfortable owning just New Holding and Mercado Libre. But of course, do share your thoughts down in the comments below. If you enjoy this type of videos, leave it a thumbs up, subscribe if you have not, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.